This episode of Girls Night Out is brought to you by Fleshlight. Whether it's your GPS showing you the road ahead or your robotic vacuum cleaner picking up the sad fragments of your shattered life, you demand the very best that technology offers.
But you're still jerking off with your hand?
Get yourself into a 2015 Fleshlight today. With many different colors, sizes, and holes you can screw, you'll be letting others know that you're a man of distinction. Peasants fuck their hand.
You fuck
a flashlight. Visit girlsnightoutpod.com and click on the banner before you make that purchase.
You know, when I get fucked up, I'm more like in the moment. Yeah. What's going on?
I think you think you are.
What?
You seen yourself last night.
What did I do?
You do this weird pace thing where you go back and forth and you lean on things and you keep pushing
you get
me
very
when
touchy.
you're talking.
I push
and
you.
you're like the thing. You're like I could put you in a box. And you'd be a guy trying to get out of the box, but like this guy, he's like in a box.
Is that from
He's
Mushroom?
just in a box. You're like, is that too intelligent for you?
This is Girls Night Out, the podcast.
I think.
Why don't you just do it?
No, I'm not going to make it easy for you.
Want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it. You do it, or you.
Episode 113.
It's 113.
Welcome to Girls Night Out, episode 113.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe we've done that many already. It's great.
Well,
113.
yeah, we're at 113.
And
I think we met. No, we only missed weeks, but we didn't miss numbers.
That's pretty good.
And we lost a few too from the early days.
Like entire ones we recorded that got.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, it started with the three of us
Right.
and at the university.
I put it that side.
And thank you. I appreciate it. You're a gentleman. All class some ass. And we did, it was the three of us, and we lost like how many episodes? Like 4 of them?
I don't know.
When I'm trying to think
When we
when
first started. When we
Wait,
first had this idea.
we were doing it at the radio station.
yeah.
Jamie was helping us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 3, and he lost all 3 of them.
So we're like, it should be like, and then there's probably more that we lost. So probably like,
It's at least 117.
probably. But
Technically.
technically. I'm just saying technical.
But 113, I'm Patrick Coppolino, and
Do it.
You have to go to me.
across from me,
You could have went this way.
No, because we always go to the left.
to the left,
You could eliminate
technically
me.
to the left, but we're at a square table. Rectangular table, actually.
But I wouldn't be to the left to you.
So you're in front of me. Well,
Yeah,
you're
it
like,
would be the left
You're
to you.
left
Yes,
in
you're right,
sequence.
sorry. Stage right.
Stage right.
I'm Gavin Stephens, and with me,
See?
as usual,
See?
is Manolis Zontanos and Nick Tomkin on the ones and the twos, on the turntables. He's controlling.
To the left of Gavin is Manolis
Beside
Zontanos.
me is
To the left of Gavin is Manolis Zontanos.
Yeah.
And to the left of me is...
Nick Tomkin.
I don't understand how this is like.
Because you make it like this.
I don't make it anything.
You do this.
I just like I don't understand why we need to.
Because we need to do it because you don't want to do
You
it.
need to calm this shit down. They're farting. If the viewers haven't heard those noises, they're not
the
children
sushi.
falling down the stairs.
We had sushi.
That sushi is still not an excuse to do it.
It's compliments to the chef.
The chef's not here. But you think the chef's like, thank you.
He can feel it.
He can feel it. He can feel a disturbance in the forest. He's
Yeah.
like, he comes up from chopping up a fish. He's like, oh, there's some more gentlemen that liked what I made.
Yeah.
There's some more gentlemen who enjoyed my cuisine.
Yep.
I do it for the one fart. If I can get one person to shit in their pants, it was all worth it. So you think the chef's doing?
I think so.
Okay. Did you get a positive outlook?
Yeah. So we're missing
Who are we missing?
a few people, Jordan and Mayce. Mayce is out east.
Out east, Jordan's masturbating probably.
Yeah. Izzy's masturbating.
Oh, I thought Izzy could do this later.
He's a piece of shit.
But he woke up at 6, and then I'm like, "Are you coming at 7?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'm going to my aunt's house."
Oh.
He's always on his way to his aunt's house.
Yeah, he's such a fucking asshole.
I think he thinks because he says he's going to his aunt's, we can't argue it.
Yeah.
But he that guy doesn't. He's
You
not
can
a
only
family
use the
guy.
same excuse
No, he's
so
not
many
a family guy.
times.
What?
You
Yeah.
can only use the same excuse so many times.
You can't be a Family Guy if you bleed out of your asshole. I think that's the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love my nephews.
But you don't bleed out of your asshole.
I don't go see them like every Saturday or Sunday when I'm all fucked up from the night before.
In fact, you would bring them in here.
Yeah.
If you're doing a podcast.
Yeah, I would
Bring
bring
your
them.
aunt in, Izzy.
Yeah, maybe she's hot. I don't know.
So we did. Maybe she's hot.
She could be.
So we did it at 7, and he's gone to his aunt's. For what? What do they do? Dinner?
He's not. He's in his room probably.
Yeah.
He's in his room crying.
Yeah.
He's preparing for Kaylee House, I think. He's getting his notes ready. He's getting his notes ready. He runs that like a machine. You know how he is
Yeah.
with Kaylee House. He's like, I got to make sure this next 5 minutes.
Well,
is
he
gonna
knows
kill.
he can't just say, "I'm too hungover" or "I don't feel like coming."
Yeah. Why not though?
Well, because he knows if he says that, we'll be like,
You're a piece of shit.
yeah.
Well, we're doing
but if
that
he's going
anyway.
to do family stuff, yeah, that's what I mean. We should make a point of making fun of him even when he visits his aunt.
But we just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just said he's a
That's what
piece
I'm
of
saying.
shit.
Yeah.
He is a piece of
Now
shit
that we got
though.
that out of the way.
If he was here, he'd still be a piece of shit
Oh,
though.
yeah, he's just a piece of shit though. That's in his
Yeah.
DNA.
That's the problem.
You can't take that out. He's a piece of shit that bleeds out of his asshole.
Yeah.
Because of his Crohn's disease. I don't even think that's a real disease. I think he made it up.
He's such a loser that bullies don't want to bully him.
No.
They don't, you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to enjoy this.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
feel bad for him.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? You're pathetic.
They go, you know what? Instead of bullying you, I'm going to make a donation to UNICEF.
I take money out of my own
Yeah,
pocket
I'm
rather
gonna-
than.
I feel just looking at you, you're bullying yourself enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. With your spine.
Yeah. I would, if I could beat the shit out of him with a bat, I'd be like, no, I don't want to fuck this bat up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is a
yeah.
perfectly good aluminum bat. Why would
This is
I
a
wanna-
beautiful bat.
Yeah, why would I? This could make some kids smile hitting a home run in softball this summer.
Yeah, but instead I'm gonna waste it on fucking Izzy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
Christ.
right.
I still have, then I have to get rid of the body. Fuck
But
that.
and if you do beat him up with the bat, you're like, that's a perfectly waste of a good bat
Yeah.
because you got to burn the bat with him because you
Yeah.
don't want to touch it again.
No.
You don't want that in your car.
I just always thought when he said he had.
Oh my god.
What
That
the fuck is wrong with you?
that was horrible.
I said this is what the podcast is gonna be. This is farting.
He like
Oh man, that's terrible.
if he was like
What?
he was like
Something.
if he was on a bridge, you know, you see those scenes in movies where like someone's gonna commit suicide, they're gonna jump. It's like if that happened to Izzy, and they somehow knew more about him. They're like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
The police.
Yeah.
The police even.
Yeah, they'd be
People
like-
who were supposed to talk him off a bridge would be like, oh, I didn't.
Oh,
they
is-
just read his, yeah. They
Is
read
it
his
is
bio.
it's Izzy?
Yeah, they were like, you know how much helicopter gas is? It's a lot more than you think it is.
They play Patrick's intro from
is
Yuck
that the,
Yucks.
is that the two-time loser of the Yuck Yucks contest?
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, let him jump.
He hates
Jumping
that
would help
intro.
his career.
I love giving him that intro.
I know. I, told
I
you
love
not
that
to,
intro.
'cause I watch a guy who cannot work his way out of it. He can't work his way out of it.
Oh, that intro?
Yeah, I feel bad for him because it's like,
But I feel like the audience knows I'm just teasing.
yeah, but if he was a stronger comic, it would be amazing. Like he could do it. Like you make fun of him, you make fun of me, and we could work our way out of it. Or anyone in the scene could work their way out of it. Izzy's just like, it's like you make the intro, it's like, oh, that's hilarious. He is a loser, and then they go, oh my god, he is a loser.
The more fucking drunk and shit he gets too, the more unfocused he becomes. You know, more when I get fucked up, I'm more like in the moment.
Laser-beam? You're laser
Yeah.
beam?
What's going on?
I think
What do
you
we-
think you are.
What? I
You
think
seen yourself last night.
what did I do?
You do this weird pace thing where you go back and forth and you lean on things and
Yeah,
you
you-
keep pushing
you get
me
very
when
touchy.
you're talking.
I push
and you're
you?
like the thing. You're like I could put you in a box. And you'd be a guy trying to get out of the box, but like this guy, he's like in a box.
Is that
he's,
from
He's
Mushroom?
just in a box. you're like, is that too intelligent for you? Do you understand? That's what you said to me last night. Do you not
Did I
remember?
say- I don't remember.
I don't know if you said the word intelligent.
I did not
That's
say the
kinda
word
wrong.
intelligent, but I
You
did
were-
say
you
like,
were-
did I just
that's
blow
what
your
you
mind?
meant,
I think I
though.
just
Yeah,
blew.
you were
I
like,
just
is
blew.
that like too much for you to understand?
Let
right
me
now?
ask you a question. Was that from the mushrooms or? From
Yeah. When I've noticed that now that there's only really 2 times I've seen you on mushrooms, and you get really weird. But I know in your head you think everything's fine.
Yeah.
When he's drunk,
But you do this weird like
when he's
the way your
drunk,
body moves, you have no balance.
Really?
you
Yeah.
get
I don't
very
fall.
loose. You could probably get loose.
And
Like,
the stuff you talk about is so
Abstract.
you leave words out of sentences and stuff.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're just a fucking asshole.
That could be it, though.
There's always that.
too.
It's a valid point.
Yeah.
When he's drunk and you're having, like, say Pat and I are having a conversation, he'll just walk right in front and then start talking to the other person. So you can't talk.
Yeah.
I'll break it. I'll break the
And you're right in the other person's face.
when I'm drunk.
Yeah, when you're drunk.
But I'm aware of that. I'm doing also trying to be a dick.
Yeah, congratulations.
shove?
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
When you make points, you shove. When
Yeah.
you're sober, you touch and shove. When you're like trying to say what, if someone else did that to you, then you do it as an
Yeah.
example. But when you're drunk, you just do it. Be like, yo, let's go get pizza.
Do I?
Yeah. It's funny.
It is funny.
But Izzy loses focus when he's drunk.
You're a laser beam, is what we were trying to say. Is he sloppy?
I'm aware. I'm in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not like leaving my friends out on a porch in the
Can you
rain.
imagine all the shit inside of this car blowing machine that Izzy has? All the shit that's inside of that blow machine in his car.
What kind of shit?
Like just from his mouth.
Oh yeah, because he has to blow on the thing to be able to
get it
drive.
started.
What's that thing called? When you
A loser mobile?
Yeah.
It should make a noise like that.
He has to hum.
It should say something when you blow into it. Like, ooh, that's the spot. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Every time you blow into it, it's like, and it broadcasts outside of your car really loudly.
I'm coming.
Keep blowing, Izzy. Keep blowing, that's the spot. And then, all right, shut up. Shut up.
come on, guys.
And then he has to blow into it every like 15 kilometers, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. That's a life, I think.
Well, eventually you won't need it. Eventually you'll.
Yeah. I think just a couple
record.
years or
It's
something.
like training wheels for him.
It's a great story to tell your kids, though.
It's actually a good thing, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I was talking to a cop, and he says they have to recalibrate those things every once in a while. So that's the problem. Because I was talking to this cop the other day when I was doing background work, and I'm like, why don't they just make those on all cars?
What
Like
was
so,
the name of the movie? Cops Talking?
they were doing security. They were,
I know.
yeah.
Talking
They,
with cops.
they were like, I asked them a bunch of questions, and they were like, you got a lot of questions. But yeah,
Shoving them when you
I was touching, you know what I mean? But I said, why don't they just, because it costs too much, and those machines need to be
Vocabulating.
Yeah,
I like
thank you.
it.
And then,
I got it.
so that was that. And then he said, I said, what about those keys? And I said, why don't they make cars so why don't they make cars so they don't pass 100? So there's a lock on it.
That sounds like your kind of question.
Well, then no one can speed.
Yeah, shit. But
On the
then what
highway.
happens, like, so you hit 100, it just locks off, and then
You can't. You can push the pedal all the way to the floor, but you won't go over 100.
Yeah.
You can do that.
They should have that with cars for deadbeat dads. You know, like shopping carts? Like, you can't pass your town. Your wheels just lock up. Like, magnetic. You got to get back in town, dude.
So I said, if you get drunk, if I get drunk and I want to sleep in my car, if I put my keys underneath the car, can I still get charged?
Can I get your name and address? Is that what he said to you first? He gets these passed out in your car.
It's like the keys have to be far enough from you where it's for sure that you can't start the car.
But you can be drunk and passed out.
You can I can sleep in my car drunk as long as the keys are on me.
So
but
you
like
actually-
technically, if I put the keys underneath the car, he says that's not enough. You could probably still get charged. The other problem is when you wake up, there's still enough blood alcohol in your system that you probably, if you drove, you still be drinking and driving anyways. But I'm thinking like, well, then I'll just go for a walk, have breakfast, and come back in a couple hours.
What if you sleep there for a week?
Yeah, why if I just stay there?
Yeah.
No, but he said, so I said, if I walked away from my car and like say 2 blocks away and put my keys underneath a rock and then went to my car and slept, he goes, you'd probably be fine. So I go, thank you.
I just heard a dude got charged for checking his iPhone watch. So that's happening too.
Really?
Yeah.
How did they know the difference?
I guess he was like this. Look, I don't know. He got charged a $120 fine. Damn. Using his iPhone watch while driving.
I heard you can get tickets now, or arrested, or charged, or something like for for sitting on the subway with your knees too wide apart. Like guys,
Really?
yeah. I saw that on Facebook.
Doesn't make any sense.
Like
I
like
can see it if you're taking up like another seat.
yeah,
and it's
that's what I mean.
packed.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Yeah,
I think those
people are
guys would
assholes.
close their what?
People are assholes. People do it. I see it on the bus all the time. They put their bags down on they take up a whole other seat with
Bus
their
is the
bag and
worst.
stuff.
The bus is the worst. I'd rather
Or
walk.
people with those, not strollers, because those are necessary, but people that come on the bus with their carts.
What is with Hamilton? It's like a lot of caravan people, like people walking with all their shit.
Yeah.
You take Cannon or Barton, people have like all their stuff.
Yeah.
He's not leaning into Hear Better, is he?
No, I just feel like I have a shit coming soon. Sorry. Talking about buses.
That's the worst.
Is this just turned into an NPR podcast?
I feel like I get a fart, but then I'm like, don't fart because it's gonna be poo. It's one of those farts.
Now
Yeah,
a
I know
message
those.
from our sponsors.
Yeah, why is that? That's the thing I don't understand. Hamilton, people that just have a whole bunch of shit all the time, like
Yeah.
bags of garbage, bags of shit.
Yeah.
I took the bus here today because I was drinking last night. I left my car downtown. So I'm on I don't know what bus I'm taking, but I'm on a bus going downtown. There's no one, and there's like a seat, like 7 seats on one side, 7 seats on the other side, looking at each other. Mm-hmm. So there's no one, it's just me on one of these seats. Some fucking crazy lady comes on, and where do you think she sat?
Right beside you.
Right beside me.
Yeah.
Right beside me. Right? Now she's my girlfriend. You know, like now we're in a relationship. Like I don't even know you, fucking lady.
What if
I
it
don't-
worked that way?
I don't understand why people get on with their mobility scooters. I saw a guy get on at like where I got on. It was like at the bottom of Queen. Mm-hmm. And he was getting off at like Maine and James.
Because they ride for free here in Hamilton.
Oh, I guess, but it's like,
What's the point?
Did your hand get tired? Like,
But
That's 10% battery.
I guess to save battery. I don't know.
some
But
of those
but
people are
he
like,
already
this is gonna
moves at
sound
a pretty
horrible.
good
Some of those people are
pace.
the most laziest motherfuckers
Yeah.
on the planet.
Yeah.
They're just lazy motherfuckers. They
It's
won't-
just like
They
I
treat
can
it like
see
a car.
maybe
Yeah.
if you're running late or something, but those things move pretty fast. Like
Yeah,
you don't gotta do anything. You
and
don't
everyone's
gotta move
getting
your
out of
legs.
your way.
Yeah, like I would zip around on that thing all day.
And you can go on the bike lane if it's a problem. Yeah, I don't know. I think, it seems like a pain in the ass to get on the bus with that. Instead of just going there. It just seems like the bus has to lower.
You've been on the bus. They fit.
They fold up the seats.
yeah, they fit. They put them where the
And they take up
wheelchairs go.
everything.
People love to
Oh
be
yeah,
in the way.
they easily remove 4 seats
Yeah,
for
they
that
take-
one person.
And everyone has to move, and it's all like...
yeah.
I know. We should just shoot these people.
Or it's like as soon as they park into the spot, just shoots them in the back of the
Yeah.
head.
But a
Like,
wheelchair
okay,
is one thing, mobility scooter's another. If you're going from, this is the thing too, my only thing with this guy, I get like if you need to get from one part of the city to the other, then yes, take the bus. But your mobility scooter, you're using it to go like 4 blocks.
Was it raining?
No. It's a
4
nice day
blocks?
out. He was going like at maybe 6 blocks.
So why would he need to... Like, you're not even
I
walking.
know. That's what I didn't understand.
I when I first got to Hamilton, I saw someone on a mobility scooter, and they had like an attachment on the back for their girlfriend. So it was like this, and they had this.
Like a side cart.
Yeah, but it was like a train, and I was like, this. And they're going, and they were down by the water, where it's like people go for like you need a mobility. Why would you go for a stroll for beautiful scenery in a mobility scooter?
Yeah. A
90%
lot of them are
can walk.
assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and pretty good too. Like I like this guy. He parks in Jackson Square in front of Tim Hortons, like he's parking is in a spot or something.
Yeah.
And then gets out of his thing and just walks into Tim Hortons.
You got your stereo.
I've seen
and
them
shit.
beat. I've seen them like beep, like
Yeah, get out of my
no
way. How about you slow the fuck down?
Yeah, they have
idiot.
a set like they're going almost fast as cars.
I've
like,
seen so many of them.
sidewalk.
Yeah,
I've never seen so many mobility scooters till I got here.
Yeah, but on King Street is the worst. They don't give a fuck. They take up the street, and the worst is the ones that they all group together and they all talk and stuff.
Like a bike gang?
But they take up, but they take up at least
Yeah.
3/4 of the
raft.
sidewalk. They don't move out of the way. They don't They just stand there. I've seen people run into people, and then the
Really?
one time I saw someone on a mobility scooter tried to cross the street when they when it wasn't a green light, and a U-Haul was turning, and it hit them.
Oh.
And the person fell and flew right off their scooter.
Jesus.
And I would have felt bad, but it was good.
Oh, like he's getting up. And
But
walking,
this person was obviously so used to doing whatever the fuck they want. He didn't care that the light was red. The cars are going to stop for me.
Yeah, because they play up on the.
Nope, we got
I'm
smoked by a
cripple.
truck.
I'm crippled. You feel sorry for me.
Yeah,
I got a mobility scooter.
I agree with Manolis. Let's shoot them
Yeah, you need a silencer.
and the homeless people,
Well, I wouldn't. Well, I guess
the annoying homeless people.
Yeah, there you go. But aren't they all annoying?
Well, some of them are nice. They just keep to themselves. I don't mind the ones that go like, "Could you spare some change?" And you go, "No," and they go, "Okay, have a nice
that's
day."
fine.
That's fine. It's the ones that are blazing, or the ones that follow you up the street.
Yeah.
Right.
Please come on, man. Do you have
What
this?
is with these
And there was
kids selling like
stupid
charity shit
excuses.
all over the place too? Like there's some kids that are genuine charity, but you could tell there's some kids that are just doing this to make some cash.
Yeah, it's a scam.
Yeah, I was at a gas station. You selling charity at a gas station?
Yeah, so are they selling something? I forget. Is it like, what is it?
Or they want you to sign up
Buttons or
for stuff.
Yeah, or sign up and you pay money or candy or something. I don't know.
It's just $0.25 a week until we hack into your bank account and take everything.
What was I reading about that shit? Oh yeah, I just heard it on a podcast. This guy was in Hungary, right? And he met up with these two girls that say they were out of town, the pretty girls, and they were like, "We're lost. Can you tell us how to get to this thing?" And he's like, he gives them the directions. He's like, "Oh, you're pretty cute. Do you want to go for a drink?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go for a drink." And they take him to this bar, or he goes to this bar, and then they go and they order a few shots, and the bill comes or whatever, and it's $1,000. And the menu he ordered from isn't the same menu that they give him afterward. And these two big guys come and like, "We need $1,000 off you." So they follow him to the bank machine. It's just a scam. These girls are all part of this scam that try to get this money off you. Like $1,000, man.
I had a guy chase me and a friend of mine in St. Catharines with a knife trying to get us to
Sounds
take
like
money
St.
out of the bank.
Catharines.
What?
Yeah, he followed us to the bank and everything, and then we lost him. Like we went to the bank. He was waiting outside. He was on a bike, and then.
But did he already say like, "Get me money, I'll be out here with my knife"?
Well, no.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
He saw us. We were leaving a bar, so we were kind of drunk, and then he sees us, and he came up to us. He's on a bike. He's like this sketchy looking dude.
Yeah.
On like a girl's 10 speed. And he said it's his daughter's who was borrowing it or whatever. He asked us for money, and we said no. And then he was wearing a fanny pack, and he pulled a big he unzipped it and he pulled a big switchblade out of his fanny pack
and
he said give me all your money. And we were like, dude, we don't have any money. Like, we showed him that we had no cash, and he's like, well, there's a bank right around the corner. Go take some money out. We didn't know. We were like 19 or something too. And
That's
we were like,
terrifying.
fuck. So we went to the bank. The whole time we were walking to the bank, he was right behind us.
Yeah.
Right.
We just keep checking to make sure he wasn't doing anything shady or whatever.
Right.
And then we were obviously like, just without saying anything, we were both plotting in our head like, we got to pick our moment to get out of here. And so we get to the bank. We go inside. He doesn't come into the bank with us, but he's like standing by the door. So I think we both took out like just $20 each just to make it look like we took money out. And then I think we just waited like on the other side of the glass for a bit. And then we just waited for him to like just not look for a second or something. Or we came out and pretended like we were going to give it to him. And then we just fucking booked it.
Did he follow you guys?
Yeah, but then we were running like through alleys, and then eventually we went back to the bar we were at because it was pretty close to where the bank was.
Yeah.
And once we got in front of people,
he was like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we told people. We were like, this guy's got a knife. This guy's got a knife.
Fanny pack Jim.
And then he fucking scurried off.
There was a guy actually just on James Street. I stayed home late working, and I left. And I brought my computer and on my in the bag, and this guy's like, he was on a bike too, and he's like, "Give me your bag, or I'll stab you or whatever." And I was like, "No." And he said, I will fucking stab you. And I just pulled up my phone. I started recording. I'm like, go ahead. This is getting transmitted right to the police right now. And then he just turned around and went like this and it took off.
Yeah, if you got to warn someone twice for stabbing, you're not stabbing.
Yeah.
So wait, like, you mean you you got like hit record and it goes right to the cops? Is there?
There is an app that does that. I don't have it. I was just telling him that.
This is a guy who knows nothing about technology. Because anyway, I would have just stabbed you and then took your phone.
Yeah. Well, no, if it's going up to
It's not even technology.
No, but it's a live.
if it goes, but if it goes right to the police, then they would have it anyways.
Like a lot of those guys that fuck with cops. Not saying they're trying to fuck with cops. They're like they're gonna pull over by a cop and they'll start recording it. Like a cop might just slap your phone on your hand or whatever. But you can have it so when it's recording, it's going to a hard drive.
Yeah.
You could, yeah, but
A lot of those guys do.
oh well, now with iCloud and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you stop recording, it's in your iCloud.
Right. So it doesn't even matter if you smack the phone
Yeah,
out.
that's true.
But there's also an app or
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, that it just as you're recording, it sends it right to that service, and then if you don't go on and mark it as, I don't know, safe or whatever within like 10 minutes or an hour, or
They'll
whatever you
send
said,
someone?
it automatically sends it to the cops. Yeah.
One of these guys is gonna run into like some UFC dude. He's
Yeah.
gonna like threaten that shit, and the guy's gonna break his arms and legs.
I'm sure that happens all the time.
Well, there's a video of that happening. The guy tried to like rob the store for no, he was trying to mug someone outside the store, and the cashier was like a UFC fighter, came out and beat the shit out of the fucking dude. And there was two other guys came up, and he beat the shit out of both.
Really?
Oh, it's great. It's on YouTube. I'm sure we could find it.
Holy shit.
It's amazing. He's like, bah, 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 just
And the other
fucking.
two guys came into like
The one guy in the car, there was like a couple guys in the car, and they just they left their friends for dead. Right? As these guys got the shit kicked out of them.
Those are good moments.
But those UFC fighters, like they don't know how to fight. They fight like they'll hit you with their fucking like this part of their arm, the fucking whatever this is called, fucking elbow. Fucking no, but they'll use this part like right here. Whap, and they'll put your knee in
Forearm
the fucking
bone.
They'll put their knee in your chin, and your chin's fucking hanging off the fucking side of your head.
Yeah, cracking everything, breaking bones.
Yeah, those guys really know how to do damage.
Damage. Well, that's
Okay, so
well. Do you want to talk about the Trix thing?
Yeah.
So do you want because it happened to you, right?
So so I don't know how do we explain this? Should we explain what? I don't know how do we explain this? Do we explain what's going on or?
So Trix, there's a whole thread in the Toronto comedy community. Is that what it's called? The comedy community on Facebook about a comic named Trix, who is like I guess he was was it jerking off or recording dudes' feet?
Well, we can't say for sure.
You don't know for sure he was
your
jerking off.
experience. They happened to Pat.
Well, do you want to tell what happened to you, or tell how it all started with the thread first?
Well, the thread started because there's this other comic, Pat Bircher, saying his post was, "Hey, did anyone else help Trix with a foot video with promise of getting an Xbox? He still owes me one. It's been 6 months." Something like that. So then
Very simple.
obviously everyone else was like, "What are you talking about? What foot video?"
Yeah.
And then other people like myself who knew exactly what he meant by that started coming out and saying their story, because by foot video we found out that he had been doing this thing to many comics over the course of at least 5 years, where he approaches like new naive comics, young comics, and he uses his position of like, he was working for Much Music and stuff.
Yeah.
So he would promise like, "Oh, do you want to audition for this commercial or TV show?" And it was different for everybody. That's what I found interesting. We found this out as more stories came out. And the audition, what he would
always the
ask you to
same.
do was the same for every person. He would ask you to go on Skype, and then you'd have to have your feet out with no socks, facing the camera, and he would have you
You're lying on
coordinate this like toe snap thing. You like wiggle your toes while you're reading.
Everyone had the
something.
same experience.
Everyone had the exact
You're lying
same
on your
experience.
belly.
Yeah, you lie on your stomach with your feet facing the camera, and you're reading out loud at the same time. And obviously, it sounds weird, but he prefaced it with saying, like, I know this is going to seem strange and awkward, but he goes, that's the whole point. The producers want to see
How awkward,
they want to see like how comics can handle being out of their comfort zone. You know what I mean? And at first, when you hear that, it's like, okay, it's kind of weird, but I don't know the dude. All I know is that he's on TV, and I thought he was respected and a credible person in the industry. So, you know, I'm not. My first thought is going to be, oh, this guy's some sort of sexual predator. I never once thought of it as a sexual thing ever. You know what I mean? Like,
But-
when that happened.
But we joked about it back then.
Well, because what ends up happening is, and this happened to everybody.
How many years ago did it happen?
This
you?
was like 5 years ago.
To you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 4 years ago, maybe. And he, so what made it weird was he kept, you know, a day or two would go by and he'd go, oh, we need to do it again. I lost the footage.
Okay.
Like, okay.
It happened like just literally 2 days later?
Something like that, yeah.
That's soon.
Yeah. And then I'm like, what, we have to do the whole Skype thing again? He's like, yeah, could you? And I'm like, okay. So then you do it again.
And what time is it usually?
It was usually late at night, like around midnight or 2 a.m.
Okay.
And I would always ask him, myself, and we've learned that other comics had the same experience of saying, like, oh, can it just wait till tomorrow? Like, it's really late. And he would be like, oh, not if you want the part, because the producers need to see it in the morning. We're wrapping it up, the auditions first thing in the morning. And then you want the part, so you go, fuck, okay, I'll do it now then.
Right.
And then a couple days will go by, or even the next day again, he'll go, oh, shit, I'm really sorry, man, but the file's too big. I need to do it again and record it smaller. And then it's like,
wow,
fuck. And that's when it starts getting weird. But again, if you want to give him the dude the benefit of the doubt, you go, okay, maybe you do it a third time.
Why you kept doing it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, it's already getting weird.
Yeah.
And then after a while, and then and then he asked to do it again, and then I was just like, I just lost interest, Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't even like, you're creeping me out.
How long of a span of time did this happen?
For you?
Like for a week?
Was it in a week?
Maybe like a month. Like there might have been a period where like 2 weeks went by, I hadn't heard anything.
Okay,
and then he'd be like, oh, I need you to do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
And then
Sounds
it was
like
like,
jerking off.
Never mind. Well, it was always late at night, and
It sounds like
his
jerking
Skype screen, it was always
Dark.
pitch black. Like,
Yeah,
it was dark.
So you covered it probably.
Well, sometimes you
Or
could
he's in
see
the
like
dark.
the light. You could see like a faint reflection on like the glare off his computer.
So was that did everyone have that aspect in their stories?
I don't know about the dark part,
Okay.
but the late at night thing, yes. And everyone had to do it more than once.
It sounds like jerking off to me. I mean, that's just speculation though, but that sounds like jerking off.
Well,
When
what
you
else
told me
would
like,
it be?
when I first
Like,
got here in Hamilton. It's like,
He obviously-
and there's like a profile. It's like it's young, white, male, comics.
doing the same thing with feet, reading something, or
Yeah.
watching the screen.
And then showing him your feet. But the weird thing was that the promise was different for everybody. For me, it was like a sitcom on Much Music.
Sitcom.
Yeah, he said they were producing an original sitcom.
You should have ran at that. You knew it was fake. Much Music doesn't pay for shit.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know.
Those guys are making $100.
What are you blaming me?
On trial. No, I'm just saying. I'm just making a joke. But like they were paying them $100.
Yeah, I
for
know.
being on
Again,
trial.
but when you're a new comic and you hear
Yeah, no, I'm
Much
not.
Music
It's not your
sitcom?
fault. It's not your fault at all. I'm not blaming you.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with what you did.
But yeah, so for me it was that. For another comic, it was he promised a commercial, and then for another comic, he said it was a scavenger hunt on a radio station.
So why do you think he switched the scenarios? Just to keep this excitement alive?
Or
Well-
certain people might believe certain things.
Yeah,
Like Pat wouldn't believe.
and Much Music isn't a
Yeah.
thing anymore, right?
Well, they're doing the VMAs, which I thought was weird.
Yeah.
Don't they do those every year?
Yeah, but it wasn't. I haven't heard any. Have you heard anything about it? Usually, you hear something, right?
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be dead last.
It's a video award show for a show that the first channel doesn't
Doesn't do videos.
doesn't play videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
off topic. So then what?
What?
So like then on the thread that's when they realized
just
just like what?
exploded. There's like I don't know where it's at now, but at least 10, maybe 20
Yeah.
people that have come out, and I personally know of some people who aren't even involved in the thread that
Yeah. Haven't said anything.
So we joked about Pat. I don't know if you remember when this.
Yeah.
Back in 4 years ago or whatever it was, we were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's jerking off your feet. This is hilarious." But
Yeah.
we were like wishing that it was true.
Yeah.
Because we thought it would be
It was
fun.
so funny.
It's weird. I kind of I believed it then. Like,
Then I
was
kind of like
shocked,
there was something.
but
I knew there
believed
was
it.
something didn't add up.
There was something about the details and everything that you told me that was like, sounds too. It sounds too real to be fake.
There's nothing wrong with him
Being liking feet.
liking feet.
Liking
And
dude's
nothing
feet.
wrong with him liking
that's
guys'
where
feet.
the debate's getting confusing because people are trying to turn it into like a
gay bash thing.
well, they're trying to say that that's what it is. It's like they're shaming him for his fetish. No, that's not what it is at all. He's being publicly shamed.
Well, there
being,
are people making jokes about his fetish.
Sure,
Yeah.
but that's what the topic is now.
Yeah.
We're not making fun of him for having the fetish, but he tricked people into playing
Yeah.
along with his fetish.
He could get charged for what he did.
Now he's just forever going
Yeah,
to be
but that's
attached
the
to
other
feet.
debate. Can he get charged for what
Well,
he did?
can't he?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
what
was
it
on
is
that.
either.
Okay,
I was
if,
in that
if
perspective.
Pat was a woman, what do you think would happen?
Dude, I was on the same perspective you had, and then people would just like kind of, not everyone, but a few people were, and then a lawyer chimed in and said, technically, it's not sexual assault. Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think would happen if Pat was a woman?
Dude, I'm on your side with that.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I'm
technically-
100%.
Yeah, well, because
Technically,
it's feet.
Trix would be in jail.
Yeah, well, it would be at the very least, the entire community wouldn't be joking about it. He would be fucking done.
Right.
With one woman, he'd be done.
right.
Yeah.
There's over almost 1,300 comments.
Yeah.
On that.
So I don't understand. Like I don't know. He's still like he's close to my age. I think he's like late 30s.
I think so.
Right. So he's old school in the sense of like it's like that last generation where it's like
He's not our generation, but he is close to our generation.
yeah, but you know like how our generations would be like kind of like embarrassed. That's the hardest generation to come out and say they're gay. I guess. So yeah, I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
Well, I don't know. See, that's we can't take it there. We don't know.
And the
Well,
gay thing wouldn't be as like for like.
But he's jerking off to
Dude's feet.
feet.
Well, okay, maybe he likes dude's feet, but he likes to fuck women.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Even if he's gay or not,
Oh boy, that was a lot.
you can't hold it in. Like that is an option.
No. Did you hear that? He's gonna make himself sick if he holds that in.
brush it the other way. Brush it the other way. I don't
Can
want
you
it.
smell it, Gavin?
No, I can't. Don't suck it in.
Inhale it all.
Inhale all of it. I don't think the gay thing would be as embarrassing as like being outed, like tricking guys. I think that's
Yeah.
the worst. I think that's the worst part of it.
No, but if he was like just like, okay, I'm gay. No, like I'm gay for men's feet. I'm just gonna try to find a dude that's gonna let me jerk off his feet.
Right. That's the like. Because think about it, even if it was a woman he was doing this to women, that would still be so fucking embarrassing that people found that out.
Oh, if he was doing the same scenario.
It's a scenario for women.
It's
It would
the
be-
tricking guys
the
into
tricking
doing this.
part,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like a guy like Pat, even when it happened to him when he was still younger, a guy like Pat, he's I don't know. He's not fragile in a way. You're not fragile, but like you're not the kind of guy like you would be like I can't believe like.
Well, he had another dude suck his dick. So
That was worse.
yeah,
No,
but you bounce back from that. Pat has damage that we don't know about yet.
But he's dead enough inside that it's
Yeah.
not the biggest deal in the world. But there's guys that would be very embarrassed for this.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, there are guys who that we know of that aren't aren't speaking up about it. And it's
Yeah.
not like we're not changing the world and we're saying speak up and come out, blah blah blah.
No,
but like to protect him is a weird.
Yeah, because and like I made a comment on
He
that.
made a fool out of you. That's what because I had a conversation with him after because he kind of came at me and was like, "Hey, I thought we were friends. Like, why don't you say something to my face like a man? Blah blah blah."
Like a man, he had the nerve
Yeah.
to say that. Like, but you just
Yeah.
tricked into jerking off to my feet.
Yeah, I know, like a coward.
And like a
Yeah.
coward.
But that's what I said. I'm like, dude, like you're not the victim here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I go,
that's-
but I said what I said to him though. I said you played me like an idiot,
Yeah.
Right.
and I'm offended that you did that.
Yeah.
I'm not hurt. I don't feel violated, or like I don't feel like I'm not traumatized by the experience.
No,
but
you do feel violated because
you made me feel like an idiot.
And
that's
he's
a violation.
Yeah,
so you
yes,
would
in
feel
that sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
like,
trying to be
yeah,
like,
like-
suck it up, buddy.
no, he's trying to defend himself.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat.
yeah.
He's just trying
he
to
said, "Oh, it was just supposed to be a harmless prank."
That no one knew about it except him. That never aired.
For a 5-year same prank.
Yeah. He saw all these. And here's the crazy part. He probably does have all that footage.
Yeah.
All of it. He probably goes to. He has probably a whole.
This is the weird part because he kept losing the footage or screwing up the footage. So
Yeah.
I said, I was like, why don't I just record it? I know what you want now. So
Yeah.
why don't I just record it myself and send it to you?
Right.
And he says, oh, no, it's got to be on Skype. It's a whole process. I can't explain, blah, blah, blah. So, it's not enough for him to just have it. Because he can go on the internet and look up foot.
Yeah.
He was getting off on the fact that it was live, like it was happening.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was 4 or 5
like
years
a
ago.
webcast.
It was happening in front of him.
4 or 5 years ago, he didn't plan on the community becoming what it is now.
Yeah,
Like-
but that's why he pried on younger comics that didn't know anybody.
And a lot of young comics who aren't in Toronto.
Yeah,
So it's like, because he has a guy apparently in Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
He has someone out
Edmonton?
Yeah, Edmonton. So he preyed on young guys who he figured aren't going to be big because he's an idiot.
Yeah, and they're not going to talk.
They're not, and they're not going to continue into comedy, or they're not going to be big, and the internet won't connect them.
Right.
That's what he thought. He never.
And now it's all blown
And now
up
it's
in
all
his
coming
face.
back.
Now, basically, the whole world, in a way, of the comedy world knows,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's why I was like, yeah, like you can't show your face anywhere.
Well, he just had he was creating a lot of bad luck for himself through the years
Yeah.
on his own.
Well,
Well, that's what someone
he
was
can
like.
save this. It's how he wants to handle it. But
There's no saving this.
I know, but from reading his posts and shit, his defense is always like, he's trying to do it like, oh, haters are gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
yeah.
No, it's like, dude, you do shitty things and they're calling you on it.
Yeah.
So own it.
How come haters don't hate everybody?
Give a sincere
How come haters
apology.
don't hate everyone?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But he thinks everyone's hating on him
Yeah.
because he's so wildly successful and everyone
But
wants
you're
what he
not.
has. But it's like, no, you did a shitty thing.
Yeah.
You're being called on it. So fucking own up to it.
mean-
Because he's playing it all wrong. And now he's given an apology, but only after
Oh, what'd he
calling
say?
us cowards and pussies and
what'd he
unfriending us
say?
on Facebook.
What'd he say?
He posted this huge thing about how he's not perfect and he makes mistakes and he took advantage of comics and he
admitted to it?
apologizes.
Well, yeah, but listen, what do you
But
say?
only after a long post about how you're all a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, I
and
saw that
Mind your own
post.
business and focus on your career without this petty shit.
I saw that.
Yeah, and then he unfriended me. He blocked like everyone involved in that thread.
He went to a lawyer.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah.
And told
And
him
they told him what to do.
Yeah. He went to a lawyer. He did some fucking thing. He talked to somebody.
That was like, look,
Yeah.
you gotta do.
You gotta. It was getting too big. He either talked to a publicist or a lawyer.
I think probably a publicist.
He talked to somebody.
But-
that's
But he didn't admit what he did wrong. He just said he says sorry, but he didn't say like
He made
hey,
mistakes.
But he didn't take the step and say, by the way, yeah, I'm in defeat. Sorry.
He didn't have to say that. But what he said
No.
was, I took advantage of comics. He admitted he did it.
Right.
Holy shit!
After denying it originally.
He admitted doing it.
Yeah, but what does that mean? What does that mean though? He's not admitting that he has a foot fetish. He's not admitting.
Did someone take a photo of that?
Yeah, I have it.
And you have it? Don't lose that.
I can read you what he wrote.
Yeah, keep that. If he admits it, because if shit goes to court, that's what you need.
Well, yeah, it's not going to go to court, but
You never know what happens.
I mean, like what I'm trying to say is like at one point he had a Twitter account with 60,000 followers,
Yeah.
and then he got found out that like he bought like 50,000 followers.
He's such a fragile
Right?
human being.
And then like, it's like he's gonna hate all these like haters are gonna hate because I'm successful. Yeah, you're being successful on using other people's material.
You know what I see with this guy? I see someone who is too ashamed to be himself.
Yeah. Do you want me to read what he wrote?
Yeah.
I think this was yesterday or the day before. He said, I've made mistakes in my life, dumb decisions, wronged people. I have my inner demons. Not going to pretend that I don't. I guess this makes me human after all.
Oh, God.
It's been a trying week, and a lot of that is my fault. But all I can do is learn from some of the decisions I've made. I never said I wasn't without flaw. I know my heart, and I know I'm one of the good ones, but sometimes even good people make stupid mistakes, and sometimes even good people have issues and problems to deal with. I'm not writing this for comments and likes.
Jesus.
I'm just letting people know my truth. My truth is that I'm someone who loves to entertain. I love being the show. It's a passion. It's what thrives me. My truth is also that I can be a weirdo as well. I usually encourage people to stay weird, but not if your weirdness affects other people who did nothing but respect you. Hold on. Nothing but respect to you. Recently, actually for years, I took advantage of some people. They know who they are. None of them deserved it. It blew up in my face in a horrible way, and I deserve it all. Most of them are upset, confused, shocked, disappointed, and they all have the right to be. I can say sorry a million times, but it won't make things right. I'll have to make things right the hard way. Some of them may make it easy. Some of them may make it difficult. Some may not even give me the opportunity, but it would be wrong of me not to try. My truth is, anything I do isn't meant to hurt anyone. It's not meant to disappoint anyone, even though sometimes my actions may do so. My truth is, even I need help to become a better version of myself, and I appreciate the few people in my life that always encourage me and help me to do so. My truth is I'm sorry, and my truth is I'm working on me.
And then people are like, you be you, Trix.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people that don't know what he's referring to in that post.
But people,
so they're like, duh, you're the greatest.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Hey, I like how it's worded in the sense of like, I'm a victim. I'm a victim.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little bit of that. I agree with you, but I got more of a guilty motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a really guilty motherfucker.
I listen, if you can comfortably take bits and pieces of other people's material and do it on stage, you can't tell me that if he's trying to pretend like, oh, I feel bad about this situation, he doesn't feel bad.
Yeah, but the key is what you just said. He's pretending.
He's pretending.
That's just covering his own fucking ass. He don't give a fuck about these people. If this was brushed over underneath, he wouldn't have said that.
This is what I don't understand. He said...
He just hates that he got caught.
That's it.
He said that I want to make it right with the people. They didn't deserve it.
Go
blah,
on
blah,
the
blah.
fucking
He
thread.
says, you know who they are. Me being one of those people. But the last message I got from him, this is before he posted that. He said, however, if I did offend you, man, I apologize. It was meant to be harmless, right? But then the next day, he deletes me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then posts the apology. So he's not trying to make things right.
He's covering his ass with bookers and mainly with bookers because that's who's looking at that stuff.
He changed his name on Facebook.
Yeah, he's covering his ass. That's all that motherfucker
Yeah, he
does.
took Trix out of his name. Now it's just,
This is Frankie Trix Egg.
I
That's
thought
his
it was
last
just
name.
Frankie.
Is Trix actually in his name for real?
He has a few profiles on Facebook, dude.
No, but does he have is his name Trix?
Yeah.
Like in his actual name.
I don't think it's in his ass.
So he made it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's covering his ass. He got busted. He's covering his ass. That's it. That's a fucking sociopath, man.
I mean, I can respect him a little bit for posting that. Like it's better than him not doing anything.
You know what really
He had to. That's why.
He can't post something like that, and we're still like, but fuck him. Like,
you know what? And it might sound petty, but the joke stealing is just, and the way he's made money off of it, like he's made a career off of it. The joke stealing is the one that just like all of it's bad, but the joke stealing is what makes it like you are just a horrible fucking human being because you just did not give a fuck about anyone around you. Like, I understand if you step on jokes or shit happens, I get it, but this like to blatantly rip off people and make money off it because he's successful with it. Like they're shoving shit in my face with it.
I watched him. I watched him with my own eyes take a whole just a line out of one of my jokes and just fit it into his act.
And that's the thing with me too. It's
front of
my
me.
friends. He hasn't taken anything from me, but I see my friends.
He stole it from Gilson Lubin.
And I'm like, that is a horrible thing to do. Like, guys are broke.
Yeah.
He's getting gigs off of people's sweat, equity, and then you do this. I can't even feel sorry for you. I can't feel sorry for you.
The reason I don't feel sorry is because I just don't believe it.
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
I don't believe any of it.
I don't believe that he's actually upset.
But I think the two are connected.
You can't, like I said, you can't steal so many jokes from so many people
and then be like,
I feel bad for the victims that I did this to you. You didn't
You didn't give a fuck.
You didn't give a fuck about the comedians.
You didn't give a fuck when it mattered. He didn't give a fuck when no one was watching. He didn't give a fuck when it's just like you and me and nobody's like making a thread about me. He gives a fuck now that there's a fucking 1,500 comment thread. That's when he gives a fuck. But he didn't give a fuck before. He didn't fucking email anyone and say, hey, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. I've seen that guy. I've seen that guy in clubs where you're like, you follow him and he's fucking pissed. You can see him walking in the audience, pissed. It's about him. It's all about him. Has nothing to do with anyone else.
I was watching Russell on stage one time, and it was at the ACC, and he just mentioned Trix's names. Oh, my buddy Trix. He said that casually, and then continued on. And I was standing beside Trix when that happened. He goes, fuck. Because there's these camera guys in the audience.
Yeah.
So anybody he talks to, he videotapes them, so the big screen shows the person he's talking to, so you see the riff. He's like, fuck, I wish the camera guy would have fucking videotaped me. Like, you couldn't be, you know what I mean? You couldn't have just been happy like, man, I just got a shout out. That's from one of the best comedians in the world. He instantly like,
This is what my thing with talking about Trix is you can't separate these two things. Like, you can't separate the thread that's happening with this action, because that's who he is. He didn't give a fuck about you until everyone knew about it. There was no apology before. There was no, hey, Pat, I'm sorry. Not even like, you know what? I should get Pat on video on trial. I should get one of these guys on video on trial that I did do this shit to.
Because he had no guilt.
Right. He had no fucking, he didn't care. It's like, you weren't going to say shit.
and we never get you on video on trial.
Right. He only cared when it came out.
That's his time. That's his time.
All that's bullshit. All is bullshit.
This is what I think, though. What it comes down to is like, I think the reason why he's doing it in the first place is because he's a guy that for some reason likes guys' feet, which is fine.
Perfectly fine.
Fine. But he doesn't want to approach a guy that way, because if he approaches a guy, then that guy is going to be like, oh, you're that comedian guy.
He's Frankie Trix.
You're like, oh, yeah. Oh, and you're, I didn't know you were, I guess, like, if I have to approach a dude, it's like, hey, you want to hang out because I kind of like feet and you're a dude? It's like, that guy's going to be like, oh, you're gay?
Oh, I didn't know that. Frankie Trix?
I didn't know. And then, like, the word gets around. He doesn't want that to happen. So he had to do it this way to try to hide a secret of who he really is as a dude. And like, it's okay. That's what I don't get. So his ego didn't want anybody to know what he's into. So he had to try to literally trick people.
I completely agree.
But just be fucking gay.
His thing,
gay for feet.
But the same person that steals material is the same person. He's not a real person. I don't want to say people's name in this, but he thinks he has to project this image all the fucking time of this thing. That's why he takes material. So because he got to project this image. It's exactly what you said, though, right? It's like, if someone finds out he's gay, he's not fucking Trix.
Yeah, he's not I'm a man.
Right. He's the best comic. He's a killer. He's
I crush puss, whatever.
All that shit. And that's the hardest thing to live in. It's hard to be down on your luck. It's hard to be fucking like just struggling and admit that and own it. But that's what being a comic is. He's not a comic.
Like, listen,
he's a fucking rock star.
I like vagina, so be it. It's just easy.
So be it.
So be it. But if I was into dudes, I would just fucking, I don't know if I'd have the courage to say I'm into dudes and come out and say I'm into dudes. I don't know if I could do that either. Right? I don't know. So I'm not saying it's 100% like.
But is he into women and just like jerking off to dudes?
I don't know. I don't know this
let's
guy.
just say dudes' feet. I wouldn't have the courage to say, guys, listen.
I want to jerk off to feet.
I'm just love feet, man, and I love dudes' feet. I need you guys to know that.
And then we start putting on construction boots.
Right. But I don't think I would definitely I wouldn't take to the level of trying to trick people into seeing the feet.
Exactly. You keep that shit to yourself.
So I keep it to myself, and then maybe go to the embassy and just if I get caught, I get caught, man. Like if I get caught liking dudes' feet.
He loves that power shit.
He's the guy let's say I talked to a guy, we hung out, maybe I fucked his feet.
He's a power dude. He loves to have the power over people. Like I can promise you some shit.
You think it's that, or you think he just?
No, I think it's all of it.
I think he just didn't want anybody to know that he's into dudes' feet.
But he
It's
likes
that
to strut around with like, look how great I am. I am the greatest thing ever.
Right.
And yeah, I think he's into dudes. He doesn't want people to. It would ruin the visage. What am I-
Facade?
Facade.
Facade.
The facade of what he is. I think it would ruin it.
Because this is the crazy part of it. Like, it's like what he did, the way he did it is crazy. But to me, the idea of him being into dudes' feet, to me, is not nuts.
No.
You know what I mean? To me, it's not like I even would go it's not that I hate the guy. It's just I just don't care for him for the fact that, like, you know, all you gotta do is cross me once and I'm pretty well right off my list forever.
Yeah.
It's like you took a line out of my joke. I got a bad taste in my mouth from you.
Yeah.
Like I just don't dig you now, man.
Yeah.
You know? So, but if that didn't happen. Like, even with that happen, I don't look at him and go, I don't even think of him as a weirdo.
No. And the irony of it,
Like, of liking feet. I think of a weirdo what he did.
yeah, I don't even think that. Like, the irony in the gay community, what he did would probably be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the gay community would be like, so what?
Yeah. It would be just be a
Like,
thing.
that you like feet. But
Yeah.
it's like, what you did is like, well, dude.
Yeah, that's the thing.
shitty for anybody.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
shitty for anyone. That's just that you don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you were saying something like people trying to make it sound like you're like, you're talking about something like on the thread saying something like you're
Stupid.
No, you're auditioning for attention. So
No, some people are trying to say like, yeah, they're victim blaming, saying like, oh, well, that's your fault for being an attention whore, like, or like, you know, doing anything for the spotlight. Basically comparing it to like
casting couches.
well, like a casting couch or like, yeah, but they're trying to say it's the same thing as if Trix was like, look, if you suck my dick, I'll get you on video on trial. Then you would knowingly.
You have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, you would knowingly be doing something wrong or sexual to get something. They're trying to say that that's what we did by doing the foot thing. That's not the same thing at all.
No.
It's not even fucking close.
No, because you were approached.
Well, and it wasn't a sexual thing.
Yeah.
At the time,
You didn't
no one
know.
knew that.
You didn't know what. You just
He
don't
knew it
assume
was a sexual thing, but we thought it was just, it's just a weird thing. I gotta flick my toes while I read. Like, it's a weird audition. Right. You know what I mean? But it's not like I knew he was jerking off to it. But I'll do it because I really want the part on the show.
I'm only
That'd be different.
Yeah, if you knew, if it was up front and then you're like,
if he said to me, listen, dude, I need you to wiggle your feet for me because I want to jerk off to him, but I promise I'll get you on trial. Then I'd be like, okay.
You do video on trial?
Well, in TV, just to get me on some sort of TV thing, I'd be like I don't have to touch your cock. I don't have to be in the same room. I just gotta wiggle my toes. I don't even get to watch you jerk off.
I can get you.
I'd be, fucking wiggle.
One of the taste test people in a commercial.
Well, the what?
A taste test person in a commercial.
Does it pay?
No, because you're doing a taste. It's like
I
the
want
commercial.
to get something on TV where I'm making some money.
Okay.
Like I don't know, like, okay, I'm gonna be on an episode of like Murdoch Mysteries.
Playing what?
I don't know. Murdoch's sidekick. I don't know.
But you have to keep a piece of semen on the side of your mouth.
No. See, that's where I draw the line.
That's where he draws the line.
No, but if I just had to just wiggle my toes in front of a
to get on Murdoch Mysteries.
No, that or any TV show. Because you get an episode of anything, it's okay. It's gonna be some money.
Do we have any casting directors in this audience?
That'd be okay. He would have probably a better, but that's the thing. He would never come up with he wouldn't say he had the courage to do that. He wouldn't get you on video and trial anyways.
No,
he would still lie and say he would get you.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's those type of comics, man.
What fascinates me the most is like, I don't know how do you rebound from something like that?
I don't know.
Like, what do you do?
Interesting.
Time
And everybody just forgets about it. I guess
no one's gonna forget about this.
Like for the rest of his career,
I
it
don't
was
forget
like,
about it, but I don't think it's gonna like.
Like, you think eventually it's like, yeah, we know you like
No,
feet.
he'll
But anyways,
that's
so I
what
get
I
a
mean,
beer.
though. If he plays it right, he just owns up to it, and
He just did.
learn from it. And whatever,
I don't think
it'll
he'll
never
learn.
go away. People will always tease him about it, but he's just gonna have to learn to be a good sport about it
The
because it's not going away.
The people on that comment there, most of them, there's people that go back and forth, want to see him nailed to a cross. They want to see him crucified.
I'm sure some people are. See, I'm not. I don't. Like, I could still be nice to the dude. You know what I mean? I'm not that pissed off. I don't want him. I don't think like he. I don't wish any bad shit on him. I just think he should own up to what he did. I think a fair, like
an apology.
a sincere apology,
Yeah.
and an apology where he's not like what I guess he did. I think he's like, I'm sorry,
you know
and then blocks me and is probably never going to talk to me again because he feels like I shit talk him on that thread.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right. You have the right to say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because that happened to you.
You did something shitty to me.
But
I
now
have the right to, I'm not even like, nobody's talking shit necessarily. I mean, yeah, now we're poking jokes, but that's what you get.
Yeah. I said, Pat, like,
He should go on, he should just have no consequences.
two things. I think if he really wants to fix this, if I was him, and I'm not saying it would be easy, but the best thing he could do at this point is like, okay, guys, listen, I'm into dude's feet, and I didn't want anybody to know because I know it's weird, and that's why I was trying to trick all these guys, and I'm sorry, but that's what you need to. I guess that's what everybody is joking about, but that's the truth. I'm into dude's feet, and there it is. I said it, and that's my life.
That would ruin his career.
But that's the way to get out of it, to admit
Well,
that
I don't think he has to necessarily specifically say I'm into dude's feet.
I'm into feet. At least say I'm into feet.
Well, he did admit that he.
It would ruin his career if the other audience that he plays to doesn't know any of this shit. So even the apology, they don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a vague apology, you guys know it. People in the comedy community know what he's talking about. But the other people who think he's like the bomb, they're that was horrible. I'm sorry, that's very racist. But they think he's if he came out and was like, I'm into dude's feet, they'd fucking turn on him in a second.
What, his audience?
Yeah. Turn on him in a second.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
I know that
maybe
audience.
a bit. I don't know.
I know that audience.
Isn't Russell like an open foot fetish guy?
If he's into dude's feet.
He's into
But how do
dude's
we
feet.
know that?
Russell
I
likes
tell
chicks,
you,
man.
I'm telling you they would. Turn on him in a second.
Well, certain people would feel like, oh, you're weird. I don't want nothing to do with you.
He wouldn't have the same pull and drive that he has.
I guess he'll never agree to.
Cover photo right now. Stay weird.
Stay weird. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he's had that for a while, and he's done,
He's had that already. Oh, okay. I thought you just made it for
like
the
his
situation.
catchphrase.
yeah, which is not his catchphrase. It's like Austin and Portland's catchphrase. Stay weird. He's not a weird guy. He's very mainstream.
Weird. Yeah. He can't be, because weird is to be open-minded and to be out there.
Yeah.
You can't steal jokes and be weird.
Yeah, weird.
You're weird. You're grabbing other people's weirdness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Weird
he's
thoughts.
weird for radio. He's like Flow 93 weird.
But I was saying-
it's weird for radio.
And people like make fun of him. You sing on the thread. This is the thing. Like we were talking about this yesterday. I said to him, like, you guys make fun of me sometimes for like how I'll hit on chicks and I'll like, go up to them and I'll give them a DVD. And you roast me for it sometimes here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, the only reason I don't say anything is because it's not a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do try to hit on girls, and like I was like, oh, I want to come to the show sometime. I do stand-up comedy. I have a DVD. You can have like I give DVDs to guys too, but I have an agenda where I'm trying to pick up a chick, and I'm like, I have to eat it from you guys because it's
the truth.
It's the
part of
truth.
It's what you're doing. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys aren't lying.
No.
So what? Just that's what I'm saying. Like I know it's extreme difference in between the situations, but he at some point he's got to just go, fuck it.
Would you? So what you're saying is like that he's not admitting, or he's not own? Is that? It's true?
I just think his best, but his ego's too fragile. But I think his best bet's just to say, I'm into feet.
But are you saying that
And
because he doesn't say anything, he's not saying anything?
He's not saying the right thing. If you really want to make it go away, you take away the power.
No. What my question is because he's not saying anything, like how you don't say anything about the DVDs,
Right.
He knows it's true. Do you think?
Well, yeah, he knows it's true. No, but the difference is I'm admitting it to you guys right now, saying, yeah, I deserve being roasted by you guys because I'm not. You're not wrong. You're not
but
lying.
in the moment you don't say anything. It's like because
I take it, yeah. And I guess I'm not saying he's taking it, no, but this is different. But he needs what I think he needs to do to make it go away.
Just admit it
and just go own it 100%.
Well, didn't he admit it in that like?
No, I mean own it. Just say,
Like
listen,
say,
I'm into dude's feet. I'm into dude's feet. I did this trickery to get to this because I didn't want people to know I was in dude's feet, and that's why I did this.
But does he have to say I'm into dude's feet? Could he just say like, I tricked these guys to do this stuff, and I'm sorry?
No, because that's vague. You're being vague. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what?
Well, I tricked these guys into doing this stuff.
For what though? What's the purpose?
He's cutting the. I'm just saying he would explain it all.
Like, so if he says I did do this stuff, he's not saying I'm into dude's feet. He's just saying,
it means nothing. So people can still, they're gonna want to roast him.
No, but he's saying, what if Trix did come out and say, I tricked a bunch of comics into showing me their feet for my own sexual fantasy.
But he doesn't actually say he's into dude's feet.
Because
he doesn't have to say the words.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was like, nothing. Yes, I have sex with men, I don't need to say I like men.
Yeah.
I think it's implied.
No, listen, you have to explain the reason why you're tricking people into doing this.
Well, why else would he do it?
Well, he's not. I'm saying
obviously.
Yeah, obviously. But if he owns that part, this will probably take the power. It would take the power away of what everybody's saying.
Yeah, but then here's the flaw in it, and I agree with you. But he doesn't have any respect for the comedy community, so
he won't do it anyways. That's
what I'm saying is that he doesn't have respect for the comedy community, so it's not. He would never do that. Admit it to the. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to admit it to the comedy community.
Well, then he's okay with being,
But he
made
always
fun
was.
of then. No, he's not. He's not. You think he's okay with this thread?
Oh no, not this thread.
That's what I'm saying.
But he can ignore it. He can separate himself from it.
So what do? Do you just go to a show? Like afterwards, you just walk into a show and you're like, "Hey guys,"
I guess he has to.
and he's like, "Hey."
I guess he's gonna be giving dirty looks, trying to start fights and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to fight some people, like to prove his manhood.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he's that guy's a scrapper.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he'll do that either.
You don't think so?
I don't
He'll
think
probably,
so.
I don't know. Maybe he'll just disappear for a bit.
Yes.
Because he knows any show he goes to now, like with anyone that knows,
He'll definitely.
certain people will tease him about it. Like I said, though, like I could run into him tomorrow. I probably wouldn't even. I'm not going to be like,
Yeah, but
hey,
you're a different
stay away
person.
from my feet. I'm not going
everyone's
to tease
different.
him about it. I don't give a fuck.
But you'd be like, dude, why'd you do this?
I don't even care.
Which is just as
might
awkward
be
as
like-
being teased.
Sure, I guess, but
Here's the funny part. If he would have bought that guy this Xbox, none of this would have happened. So the fact that not only did he do this, he was too cheap to make sure that he was not going to get outed.
And you know why he needed the Xbox? He wanted to pay his rent. He's going to sell the Xbox so he had enough money to pay his rent. Like that's no Pat.
oh yeah, I know.
He's going to pay his rent.
Oof.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's it's that bad.
He got used like a prostitute. They didn't get paid.
It's that bad. It's like, oh come on, dude. Like now you're fucking a comic over again for money.
Yeah, for money.
Yeah,
Because you do fuck them over again. You fucked them over for money by using their jokes.
Yeah, and then you use jokes and fuck people over and took money out of people's pockets, and now you're doing this. You don't give a shit. He has no conscience.
So your story makes, like, I can see you getting tricked by that, but, like, what's the trick for a free Xbox? Like, you say, hey, Microsoft says if
It was
they
a
send
radio?
them
It was a radio.
It was a radio contest.
Oh, okay.
He said the last thing he needed, I guess, was that foot video, and he's going to win the Xbox. Like he almost guaranteed that he would win.
okay, you see.
And Pat needed. He's going to sell it and use the money for rent, which is sad in itself, but it is. Yeah.
So this
are like
when he posted this, it was 6 months of him not getting the Xbox.
He's like, has anyone else gotten their Xbox?
Can I have
I couldn't stop laughing at that. Oh God, dude, you got to do something about that. You got to take care of it. There's something wrong with you, man. We can't be talking about dudes getting what would we call it? Sexually
Assaulted?
taken advantage of,
While I'm farting?
and then you fart like.
This is why I'm not a judge.
That's why you're not a judge, because you're gas problem.
Yeah.
What about the Brazzers sweatshirt? Can we add that in there?
Yeah, exactly. Courtrooms aren't cool with a fucking Brazzers hoodie.
Who's that judge sleeping in the back of his car with his Brazzers hoodie on?
Don't worry, man. His keys are underneath the car. It's fine. He'll be sober in a couple of hours.
Judge Zontanos. You should have your own TV show, Judge Zontanos. This week on Judge Zontanos.
I just gotta take a shit and I won't be ready to go, man.
The judge is in his chambers taking a shit.
Here's a question I have. His chambers. Here's a question I have. When you saw the thread, how did you see it? Did you just hear about it?
I was kind of the catalyst of putting him together. I kind of made it.
The beginning?
Yeah, I kind of made it like, oh, there's other victims. And then I connected him to him, and then it just started going.
Now, when you first saw it, what was your first reaction? Were you like, no way? Were you like kind of shocked?
Well, I wasn't, because I already knew it had happened to other people.
Did you just ask him if he was shocked? Look at him.
No, but wouldn't you be like, I when I found out about it, I was like, no way.
Yeah, but that's you.
I was shocked to find out how many more, but we already knew. I knew of at least 2 other people that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We knew 2 other people that did it. Yeah, how the fuck did we not
piece it together?
Well, we did piece it together. That's what we used to say it all. We called it a long time ago. We were like, he's probably.
But we just forgot about it. We just like let it go.
Yeah, and we just laughed it off and whatever.
Yeah, it didn't happen to us. It happened to you.
But it became. Now that it's like public, like a lot of people didn't know that about him.
I wonder if he had your 8x10s that was like going through them. I just picture like you know, like a villainous, like you don't see his face, just his hands going through your 8x10s.
If he could have smelled your feet, he wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done it. He might have lost his foot fetish if he could just smell your feet.
Yeah, your feet look like you were pitching fastballs in the last game of the World Series. Like they're just worn out and calloused.
Like you're
just hooked, and
your feet is worth like losing my not losing career, but like the whole world, like the comedy world knowing about my weirdness. You, Pat, you fucking you. It's not like you have like amazing looking feet.
No. Do you mind if I keep this one sock on? Because I'm gonna have to get it surgically removed.
I heard you the other night. I don't know if it was last night or the night before at Yucks when I do the. Oh, it had to have been the night before when I do the sticky feet bus story.
Yeah.
You giggle through the whole thing.
Yeah, because I know
every time I reference my feet smelling, I hear
because I know how bad it is. I do get enjoyment of how smelly your feet are, as long as I don't smell. Because I love the idea of other people having to smell his feet and just being sick. It makes me laugh. It's like when someone smells your fart, and you're like, oh, that makes you laugh. The idea of people smell like any story that Pat tells about his feet. I love, like you told a story one time about you were at a house party. I don't know if you want to just tell the gist of that for quickly. I love that story.
Well, nothing. I tried to keep my shoes on as long as possible.
You went to a house party?
Yeah.
With your girlfriend or something?
Yeah, with Lindsay.
Okay.
And we went. Yeah, it was at her friend's house. It was like my first time hanging out with her friends too. It wasn't so much a party, just hanging out with like eight people or whatever.
In a living room and dining room kind of shit, right?
Board game in the living room.
It's like a couple's night.
Yeah, kind of. We're just having some drinks and playing board games, and so we're like drinking games and stuff. So we're in the living room. I had kept my shoes on, but then
because you know what? Because you had to.
Yeah, I knew that it smelled. I could already kind of smell it through my shoes, but I didn't want to take my shoes off. And then they were like, and then it was. So we went outside. I think we went out for like a smoke or something. But then it was raining, so my shoes were wet. So they were like, "Oh, could you take your shoes off?" And I was like, I had like this moment where it's either like,
did you sweat a bit?
I either have to tell them, or I can just take my shoes off and see what happens.
Right.
So I chose to take my shoes off and see what happens.
And they were just like, "What the fuck?"
As soon as I sat down, everyone's like, they didn't know it was me right away though, because we had all just come back from outside, and then everyone's
That's
like,
so
"Oh,
guts.
do you smell that? What is it?" oh, it's feet. It smells like feet. It's gross. Ugh. But it was so bad. Like everyone's like, Jesus, what the fuck? Some people got up and left, and
They left?
Well, like they got up out of their seat because it was so bad, and then they were all blaming each other. Like it's probably you. They're like, and then his like one dude's girlfriend's like, yeah, his feet always smell. It's probably him. And he's like, no, smell. They're all smelling each other's feet, like their own.
And then
feet.
you're
Like,
just in
like,
the
it's
corner.
not me. And then someone just kept going, cheese feet, cheese feet. Someone's got cheese feet. I'm sitting there and Lindsay knows it's me too, but she's not saying anything
Because she doesn't want to be
felt bad for me.
She felt bad for you. She was ashamed for herself.
Yeah, she was embarrassed.
What's with her husband's feet?
And then they figured it out because I think I got up again at one point to
and the
The smell went
go
away.
for smoke, and yeah, once it was gone, they were like,
Why'd you put on new socks?
and then I told them I was like, yeah, my feet stink.
So you
And
owned
see,
it.
you owned it. That's
Did you
my point.
apologize?
You owned it.
Did you apologize?
apologize.
I'm sorry for assaulting you with my cheese
Sorry
feet.
for the cheese feet.
That's disgusting.
So the idea of a room full of people going like what like that, I don't know
He
why
loves
it
it.
makes me so happy. It just makes so much joy in my life.
Because you lived through it?
Oh.
You want others to experience it?
Oh, oh my God. He's been at my place where I make him throw the socks away and I give him a pair of my socks.
Yeah, I've done that too.
I'm like, no, put these on.
Yeah, just throw them in the garbage. They're
Yeah.
they're not even worth
He
it.
could get. I was telling him he could get information out of like hostages for like top secret information.
yeah.
You could work for the government.
You could work for CSIS.
Yeah, like we need.
Yeah, your feet fucking stink, dude.
Not
Why would
anymore.
that's
Not
the
right
irony
now.
of it all too? Why would anyone jerk off to your feet?
Your feet.
I know.
If he knew how
There
bad they
wasn't
smell.
anymore. There was phases where like I would go too far. I would wear my socks for too long. My feet would stink, and then it would eventually be in my shoes. So it didn't matter. I could shower and put new socks on. As soon
But
as
the
I wear
shoes are
my-
gone. Once the shoes are gone.
once I wear my shoes for 10 minutes, it's over.
What
I
about
had to get new shoes.
and then the
and then
circle
just
doesn't.
try to regularly change my socks.
Ugh. You can put powder in your shoes.
No, I did all that, man. I had dryer sheets and baby powder and all kinds of shit in my shoes. And it
What
didn't-
happened
Well,
on-
you just got to change your socks.
What happened on that tour with Rouse and Ari?
Oh, yeah,
What was
same
the Monster Comedy?
Yeah.
Didn't they all like?
They all
They
freaked out, and then when we were
'Cause you're in a
doing
band, bro.
laundry, we were doing laundry.
they're doing laundry.
Yeah, they saw me about to throw my socks in the laundry, and Ari was like, "No!" He grabbed all my socks and he threw them in the garbage. He's like, "We'll buy new ones."
And they buy you like a brand new.
Got a whole pack of socks.
You need like scientists could just study your feet and have no answers, right? It is a mystery.
Well, they
because
smell fine right now.
yeah, I mean, I think if you shower once a day, put new socks
Yeah,
on,
fine.
you're fine. But so what? It's just the fact you're wearing the same socks too many days in a row. Is that when it
Yeah,
goes to
but like,
shit?
sometimes my socks don't smell, so I try to be efficient.
You're too lazy to wash clothes.
Sometimes I'll shower and then I'll put my socks back on. But I'll smell them first. If the socks don't stink, then I just put them back on. I think people do laundry too often. I do laundry like three times a year.
3 times a year?
Any
course
more
you
than
think
that
people
is
do.
ridiculous.
Laundry too often.
Can you believe this guy?
But I know people that spend like they do laundry once a week.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's crazy. That's such a waste.
No, it's not.
Your clothes aren't that dirty.
Well, yeah, but socks and underwear like that should be always being washed.
Why?
You can leave jeans for a long time.
I wear the same underwear for like 2 weeks.
No, that's not what you do.
Yeah, but would you? then
what
if
I
your
do.
underwear could be double as a T-shirt, would you wear it 1 week as underwear and then the second week as your T-shirt?
No.
Because there's shit all over it.
No, this is not What do your underwear look like?
There's gonna be
There's shit all over.
There's gonna be-
your
there's gonna be
You guys have been putting shit in your
particles.
underwears.
snippets of
You guys
shit
been,
Every
this
time we
whole
fart?
time, you've been putting shit in your underwear.
because I'm farting.
particles.
Yeah. And your balls and all that stuff gets sweaty. It's all you
all
have to wash
connected,
your
dude.
underwear.
Yeah,
You have to wash it. This is just odd. Like, what the fuck is
I'm
wrong
on
with
your.
everyone?
I'm on your side,
I
dude.
just don't understand that I'm talking to a 20-something-year-old man about washing your underpants.
When they're dirty, I wash them.
Yeah,
When they're dirty,
How does your wife approach this? What does she say?
She's
about it?
cool.
Yeah.
Every girlfriend I've had.
That's called Stockholm syndrome. You need to put when you go home tonight, your underpants goes in the hamper.
Today.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you're
actually, I have clean ones on
I know, but when you're done wearing these, they go right in the hamper.
in a couple days.
Buy a shit ton of underwear. You don't have to wash as much. But you should wear new underwear every day. It's good for your body.
day.
It feels great to be in good underwear. New underwear.
Clean underwear
Is the best.
Clean asshole.
All the
best
rashes I
thing.
have on my thighs.
Oh my
and stuff
god.
go away.
Oh my god.
Are you lying?
I remember a guy in
Please tell me
military
you're
school
lying.
getting
You're lying, right? Okay.
I remember a guy in military school. It's crotch rot. It's like when you get green in there and stuff. What? Yeah.
That's possible?
Crotch rot. Okay, but that's. I would never let my body get like that.
It's just moisture and shit.
Oh,
like that.
there's
I know,
so there's
but
a
I'm-
line, right, Patrick?
no, but my hygiene's not as bad as we joke about. I exaggerate when I say the amounts of times and stuff because it's funny.
Honestly, how often do you do laundry?
Oh
How often do you clean your asshole? Let me ask you that.
Do you know what
I shower like every other day.
You know what I noticed? We
God.
delve into this a lot with Pat. Whenever we do like a podcast and it's like,
Well,
us
Pete
and
got us there,
we
right?
get
But
into
you guys
this.
know when you hang out with me, besides my feet, sometimes I'm not a smelly person. I'm not.
it's just
I
your
don't have
feet.
poor
No,
hygiene.
no.
It's your feet. No, you don't
I'm
have
not
poor-
a dirty
No,
kid.
I'm sure
I
your
have
dick
like
smells delicious.
You're dirty for how old are you? 24?
25.
Yeah, you're a dirty 25-year-old. You're a normal, dirty 25 guy.
But
who
what
lives
do you
by
look at me
himself.
and think like, oh, he
No,
looks
no, no.
dirty? and
No,
my
I don't think of
clothes
that.
are
I
never
look
dirty?
at like I look at
He
Mayce.
dresses. He looks like a homeless guy half the time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not dirty.
Yeah, I know.
A clean homeless guy.
I look
Thank
at
you.
Mayce, the 18-year-old, or Jordan, 20-year-old, 19-year-old, and 20-year-old, both 20 actually, sorry. And they're dirty. You're just a normal guy at your age,
Yeah.
single. But you're not single, but you live by yourself. You're a normal that guy at that age. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you had a woman, you wouldn't be.
I have a woman.
If you had a woman living with you, you
She
wouldn't
helps me
be.
do my laundry.
If you had a woman living with you, like all the time, you wouldn't be the same guy. There's nothing wrong. I was like you. When my wife met me, my underwear were all shredded and shit. I had horrible underwear. I was like that's just how dudes live. You're not out of the ordinary. It's just,
Could be better.
no, it's just what it is. Like it's normal. It's not extremely dirty. It's just normal. The things that you think aren't necessary at that age, when you get older or when you're with you're living with someone, become it just, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just what it is what I'm trying to say. But it is gross. It's just what it is. Do you guys want to hit another topic, or what do you want to do?
We're almost an hour and a half.
Hour and a half? Do you want to wrap up?
I should probably take off soon, but is there something quick?
Well, it's up to you guys.
I don't know.
We're almost 9
You guys
o'clock.
feel- I know I'm losing steam.
Yeah, me too. We did one topic, but it's fine.
Tricks and my hygiene.
Yeah, it always seems to go that way. All right, we'll just wait till Manolis comes back, and then we can wrap this up. Yeah, did we solve the Trix problem?
Well, I think we all agree with. We got the story out there. There's things that he should do. And, like, I mean, I'm not out to hang the fucking dude. I know, like you said, like, and I agree with you. There are people that they were so excited that this happened because they've wanted him to burn for a long time.
Well, that's the thing too. I'm not against
I'm
him
not
either.
one of those people. I don't wish bad things on him or anything.
You just came from the washroom.
All I want is a sincere apology. And like I said, if he came up to my face, that's what was the shocking part about him being like, oh, you should just say something to my face like a man.
It's like,
How about you be the man?
Yeah,
and you
would you?
apologize to my face. And then we'll move on. I'll never bring it up again.
Worst ever.
I farted. I farted so bad. It's just a drag.
Did you just poo and you came back and farted?
No, I just take a piss, but I farted at the door.
Oh, why didn't you poo?
you disgusting. I can't even speak properly. You disgusting. Well, I don't hate him. I'm not against him. I don't care about him. It's not.
That's
it's
the
not
thing.
good.
No.
Look at what. Okay, you know that comedian. Oh, he's really. I love him on podcasts. He's into trannies. He likes
Count Dracula? Jim Norton.
Jim Norton. You know what I mean? Like, he talks about that stuff all the time, that he's into trannies. But I would say his no one cares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His fans don't care. Like,
You can't rip on him for it because he owns it.
he owns it. But not only I agree with this saying, but all I'm trying to say is, like, he's I would say his fan base. I don't know for sure, but I feel like his fan base is probably mostly straight dudes.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
and that's just a funny thing about him.
What?
He likes trannies, like who cares?
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to. Yeah, that's my point. Like, it's just like they don't care. This, if they like him,
Well, they respect him.
they respect him, but they like him because he's a wicked dude, and they don't.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's funny.
He's funny. He's interesting.
honest
The
about
key
his
is
fetish,
he's
and he's not
honest.
hurting anybody
The key
with
is
Right.
honesty.
Yeah.
Trix doesn't have that.
Yeah,
He has no honesty. His act is fake. His act is black people don't go camping. White people trip like this. Like there's no honesty.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. You're talking about someone being a real comic on stage and someone who acts like a comic.
Yeah.
I have no shame saying that. That's the truth of it. He acts like a comedian. He's more of an actor than he is a stand-up. So he would never do that. Because to him that shows weakness. To be like weird and awkward and to have like faults and to be, you know what I mean, is weakness.
I was on stage one time years ago, and this girl in the audience. I think I went on a date with her maybe once or twice, and I think the most we ever did is like I got to kiss her a bit. I made out with her a little bit. But that was it. But she was like really like not like no. Like I'm like okay, whatever, right? Like she was like I think I was gonna be like oh, I have to see you a bunch of times before anything happens, which is fine. But you know, that's all. Then I think they started dating a buddy of mine at the time, and they started becoming an item. And I'm like okay, that's that for me. So years go by. She's single. She's in the audience. I'm emceeing or middling, and she's out of nowhere. She just yells out, "What'd she say? Manolis tried to fuck me when I was 17." Right? She had fake ID. I didn't say she had fake ID, and so that's how I met her in the bars. I don't even really think I knew she was 17 at the time, but and then I found out, and then I'm like, I don't care, right? So we're just still hanging out.
That's what incriminates you right there.
What?
You said I knew.
No, I didn't know when I met her.
I know, but then you found out, but you still continued.
I think I still went on a date with her. Yeah.
Yes, that's the problem.
Yeah, that year.
Once you found out, you should have stopped.
Well, I don't think I was doing anything wrong. Was I?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. What law was
That's
I breaking?
statutory rape.
Why?
How old were you?
Underage.
How old
How
were
old
you?
was I? I was probably, I don't know, like 32, 33.
Yeah, I don't know what.
No, I don't think it's.
Isn't it 17? I don't know.
No, I
know.
think it's like. I don't know. What
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's younger. Maybe it's like 14 or 16.
What we do have Google.
I think it used to be younger.
You-
than they
Yeah. It used to be 14, and
Now
then
it's
they
16.
made it 16.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
whatever.
who cares?
Who cares? But she threw that out there in front of the audience, trying to fucking thought that I don't know. I thought she was just trying to be kind. Thought the audience was going to turn on me or whatever. She says, just yells out in the middle of my set. Goes, Manolis tried to fuck me when I was 17. Everybody looked at me, and I go, actually, that's true.
Did they all laugh?
And they laughed. Everybody was like, boom, big laugh. And she was, I saw, I looked at her face, and she's like just so pissed that I took
Why would
that.
she say that?
Sure, just
I
try
pull you
to.
aside afterward. I didn't, whatever, and complain. But like,
so drunk.
yeah, but
chick
still.
and
But I
wanted
didn't try to
attention.
fuck her. That's the thing. She just. That's the other thing. I tried to fuck her. Her version of me trying to fuck her was that
You was
I took
trying to
I took her on a date once. I kissed her on the lips for 30 seconds, and then she started dating a friend of mine.
Well, that's what sucks when like they remove themselves from it entirely. Like she had no part in going on dates or making out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my problem is like, what I'm saying is like to yell that out, you can ruin someone's life.
Right.
To yell that out, like to go, oh, you know what? Manolis tried to fuck me when I was 10, and you're yelling that out, like anything.
Right.
You don't know how people are gonna react. It's like you can ruin someone's life.
Right.
It's just, why would you do like?
I don't know. She was She became a heroin addict at that time, so I think that might be might add to the problem. When I saw her, I almost didn't recognize her. I'm like,
Oh, she was that bad?
bad. Like she was like looked anorexic, and
Really?
like I could almost didn't recognize her face.
Oh,
and
yeah, so she's just
she was
looking for
pale white, and like she was definitely jonesing.
Looking for trouble.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta take a shit soon.
All right, well, let's wrap it up on that.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
And,
Promotional things threw in there.
yeah, I got a few things. I got into that XM competition thing, so I'll be at Toronto Yucks. When is it? June 23rd. I'll be at next week, June 3rd. I'll be in Vapor Central. Is that the one? In Vapor Central. Then June 4th, where you and I are doing.
The show in London.
Is it London? I thought it was in Brantford on the Thursday.
The tattoo shop?
No, I'm not playing that. I'm playing that station. We're booked in the station on June 4th.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah.
Ooh, I think I'm doing a show in London that night.
June 18th, I'll be at the Comedy Bar for Eyes on Toronto. And then on June 23rd, I said yes. And then for the XM radio competition thing. And then July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'll be, or 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I'll be in Montreal at the Comedy Nest. More dates to come. Also, I'd like to plug the Shut Up podcast. I did it last weekend. It's a good guys out of Ottawa. They're nice guys, so I like to plug them. Shut Up podcast.
I would like to plug a band called Satisfied Customer. So you type in Satisfied Customer, and the word "gone" is one of the names.
Wait a second. How do I use Google?
It's YouTube.
How do I use YouTube?
You go to YouTube and type in Satisfied Customer. The word "gone" is the name of the song. They're a great band. It's one of their videos. Check them out. I think they're an awesome band. That's all I'd like to promote. Thank you.
Got Yuck Yucks Amateur Night every Wednesday, $3.50 at 9 o'clock. I'll also be at Yuck Yucks London, June 12th and 13th. That's it for now.
I got a show at Mills Hardware on June 2nd. Thanks for saving.
Why you gotta do it during his promo?
Yeah. Yeah, so June 2nd, and then tonight is Izzy's comedy night at Kaylee House, if he makes it.
Oh, the Monday night.
Yep. And that's it. So that was episode 113.
That was a fun time.
Yep. See you next week. Girls Night Out is recorded at the Girls Night Out studio in downtown Hamilton each and every week, with new episodes appearing Monday. If you'd like to be a guest on Girls Night Out or have a show topic or suggestion, tweet us or tell us on our Facebook wall. For more Girls Night Out fun, visit our website girlsnightoutpod.com, like us on Facebook /Girls Night Out Pod, and follow us on Twitter @GNO Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.